Why is your child sick? Can you still think well when your child is unwell? Today, we will dose you with information about childhood diseases and how parents can keep their children healthy. Only here on Dynamic Living, the Total You.
Welcome to Dynamic Living, the Total You. Dear viewers who are watching us on television, on the net, and listening to us over the radio, we have a very interesting topic today, common childhood diseases. Sino pang nga po ba sa atin ang walang anak at ang ating mga kabataan ay hindi nakaranas ng pagkakasakit? Tayo po ay nagagalak because we have with us a practicing pediatrician in the name of Dr. Angelica Palpalatok. I'm very happy and honored to have her here with us in the studio. Angie, welcome to Dynamic Living.
Likewise, Jean, I'm very thankful that I was able to be invited in your show, and sana naman it will be worth the listening of your audience, whatever humble expertise I could share in my 25 years of clinical practice.
Yes, yun nga yung maganda dyan, Angie. Kasi 25 years as a pediatrician, ang dami-dami mo nang nakita at natulungan ng mga kabataan. Siguro yung iba sa kanila ngayon, college na,
may mga
at
anak
mga professionals,
na.
may mga anak na.
Oo, mga pasyente ko na rin yung mga anak nila.
Oh, see, that's the beauty of your practice. So, let's start with yung mga pasyente mo from 25 years back up to today. Ano yung pinaka-common na mga sakit na nakikita mo sa clinic mo?
Of course, ang mga flavor of the month dyan, so to speak, ubot-sipon, pagtatae, and during the summer months, medyo marami ang mga nagtitigdas. Well, varicella is also a common occurrence. Of course, dengue. Dengue, which is a very, very hot topic nowadays, is also one of the common illnesses I encounter.
Yes.
Pneumonia.
At hindi ito sila nababago, Angie. Kumbaga, year in, year out, talagang heto sila yung pinaka-common na nakikita.
Yes. We could fairly say, yung ubot-sipon at saka pagtatae and pneumonia, they're the top three
in the
terms
diseases.
Of, incidents.
Okay. So let's talk about, unahin ko muna si hetong ubo at sipon. Kasi pag sinabi natin ubot sipon, sabi nga natin, lahat tayo dumaan din tayo niyan. Kahit na nung tayo mga kabataan pa. Bakit nagkakaroon ng cough and colds ang isang bata?
Well, most of the causes, the major etiology of cough and cold, still viral. Marami dyan viruses talaga, and viruses is in the air. Kumbaga, you contract that from respiratory droplets, minsan from fomites, yung nahahawakan mo yung mga secretions. So, it's rather common. Sabi nga ng Center for Disease Control, in terms of occurrence, ang colds, common cough and colds, occur sa mga matatanda. Ano yan, normally, 12 times a year sa bata. Pero sa mga matatanda, 2 to 3 times a year, you get to contract cough and colds.
Bakit mas madalas at mas maraming beses ang mga kabataan pagdating dyan?
Because of the immune system. Siyempre, mas mababa immune system nila. Children, they are less exposed to the diseases, so the antibody level is low. So whenever they get to be exposed to the viruses and other agents like bacteria, mas mabilis silang makakontract ng sakit.
Pero mas mabilis din silang gumaling kaysa kung matanda, di ba?
Yeah, oo. In some way, yes. Because siguro dahil nga mas inaalagaan sila. Samantalang matatanda, we tend to parang forgo simple illnesses like that. Hanggang lumala, saka lang tayo pupunta sa doktor. So once we go to the doctor, medyo malala na.
Pero usually, how many days ang duration pag sinabi natin, sige, ubo at sipon lang yan, mommy. No? Sa pag dinala sa iyo, ubo at sipon lang yan, mommy. So kung baga, how many days do we expect na mag-resolve siya on its own, lalo na kung viral? Pero kung papatawan siya ng bacteria, what do the mommies listening or watching there, should watch out for?
Usually ako, I advise my patients, pwede kang mag-observe 3 to 5 days. Kung okay naman ang bata eating well, except for the occasional cough and colds and siguro low-grade fever, that's acceptable. Pero once you get to see dangerous symptoms, what are the dangerous symptoms? Kung masyadong tumaas ang lagnat, biglang nawala ng ganang kumain ng bata, there are development of other factors, other signs and symptoms like biglang nagkaroon ng otorrhea, yung ear discharge.
Parang nagkaroon ng discharge doon sa kanyang tenga.
So that's beyond the ordinary cough or colds. Or biglang nagkaroon ng very severe headache. So you could think of a possible developing sinusitis. Or biglang ayaw kumain. So you might have a developing pharyngitis. So those symptoms, you have to be the cough becomes distressing. So distressing to the point na hindi na nakakatulog ang bata. Or you observe some signs of distress on the patient like mabilis na paghinga. So these are signs and symptoms which should caution you that now is the time to see a doctor. In fact, some infectious disease specialists tells us na hanggang 10 days na it could still be viral.
Talaga?
As long as the patient is doing well.
Pero, Ange, is there a difference? Itong mga in-explain mo, is there a difference in terms of age group? Like, for example, yung mga bagong silang o kaya naman up to mga school-age children.
In terms of dangerous symptoms, yes. Yeah, usually the first 2 months, you have to be more aggressive in terms of watching out for dangerous symptoms. Kasi ang mga neonates, late neonatal period, medyo medyo subtle ang symptoms like failure to feed, poor suck. Yung mga ganyan dapat natataranta ka na. Even a low temperature, low body temperature should caution you that something is wrong.
So dapat alam ng mga mami yan. Kasi,
yung mga dangerous symptoms, right. Because each age group will present differently.
So you're talking yung mga bagong silang.
Mga bagong silang.
Paano yung mga bata like 1 year old, 2 years old, 3 years old? Will it also vary? And then lalo na pagdating ng school age?
Yes, because ang 1 to 3 years old, medyo medyo yung period na kailangan ka rin magbantay because the immune system is not yet that developed. So, pagdating ng school age naman, kailangan pa rin because they're more exposed to varying sicknesses, illnesses outside of the home. So, dapat bawat
age group... At saka mas madali siguro silang mahawa ng mga kaklase nila. Yes,
mga daycare, di ba? Pag nilagay mo sa isang daycare center. So, the chances of getting infected by other people is higher.
Is it possible also, Ange, na yung bata meron siyang ubot-sipon, wala naman lagnat, kumakain naman siya, and yet can deteriorate all of a sudden? Bihira yan?
Bihira yan. Siguro nangyayari yan if the patient has other comorbids. Like may problema sa puso, so maaring doing well pero bigla na lang magde-deteriorate. Pero in general, if the patient is doing well, eating well, even with a cough or a cold,
they're okay.
They're okay.
Pero sinabi mo, binanggit mo kasi at least 12, sabi nga ng Centers for Disease Control, sabi mo kanina, 10 to 12 times a year.
For children.
For children. Ibig sabihin, si mommy who is watching or listening to us now, hindi dapat siya mag-worry na something is wrong with the baby.
Kung okay naman, kung an ordinary cough and cold, not complicated by the factors I mentioned before, that should be okay. That's the normal occurrence. Pero beyond that, you should be more wary, more watchful.
Pero, heto naman sila ano ang pwedeng komplikasyon? Kunyari, sige, cough and colds, kasi sabi ni doktora, common naman yan, pwede namang mangyari yan. In and out, parang isang beses isang buwan, 2 beses isang buwan, normal yon. Pero is there such a thing as complications that can arise from an ordinary common cough and cold?
Yes, pag napabayaan, Jean.
Okay.
Like, as I told you earlier, it could develop into complications like acute otitis media. You could develop chronic sinusitis, strep pharyngitis, bronchitis, and pneumonias. So these are some of the complications that could develop from an ordinary cough or cold kung hindi ka wary of the possible occurrence because of the worsening of symptoms.
Kaya ako tinanong yan kasi para naman yung ating we're trying to educate kasi our viewers na kumbaga they should not be kampante na because it's like this, so normal lang yan, hayaan lang yan si baby, gagaling din yan, di ba? So in terms of management naman, is there such a thing as, okay, may ubo-sipon si baby, kailangan bigyan ko kagad ng gamot, kailangan bigyan ko ng antibiotic, hindi naman dapat ganun.
No, we're trying to shy away from giving antibiotics right and left because of the increasing incidence of antibiotic resistance. No? Hanggang maaari, if you can hold on to that, hold off from giving antibiotics, the better. The first aid that the mother should do is to provide good nutrition. Secondly, give a lot of fluids because fluids in itself is therapeutic. Okay? At saka try to keep a clean environment. And yung contact with people who are sick,
Kailangan
lessen
medyo
the
iwas.
contact.
Oo,
Let's say
lessen.
merong may sakit sa bahay. Try to do some isolation. For example, yung may sakit, lagyan ng mask.
Pero does it happen na kung maraming anak, nagkakahawaan yan?
Yes, of course. Kasi most of the time, ang mga respiratory infections, they're born out of they're being transmitted via respiratory droplets. So madaling-madali 'yon. And fomites, yung contact with secretions, hinawakan yung ganito, hinawakan ng kapatid.
Natumalsik yung sipon o yung ubo.
Tumalsik yung sipon. Kaya hinawakan yung laruan. Tapos yung isang kapatid, hinawakan din yung laruan.
So, heto napaka-stressful to, Doktora Angie, sa mga nanay kung 3-4 ang anak and sabay-sabay sila kasi nagkakahawaan. Ano yung magiging advice mo sa mga mommies na ganyan?
Mahirap talaga, especially in our setting, no? Dapat talaga yan ina-isolate. Kaya lang, with the Filipino family who is closely knitted, parang mahirap. So what you do na lang hanggat maaari sana, wag munang pagsamahin sa isang kwarto if that's at all possible. Lalo sa practice ko sa Tondo, minsan sa isang kwarto, 5 pamilya.
Yes.
So it's really challenging the way Filipino families live together, no, under one roof. But then hanggat maaari talaga, there should be isolation precautions.
So what are the indications for hospitalization for a cough and cold? Kasi syempre minsan yung iba magsasabi na, gusto ni doktora talaga ma-admit yung anak ko. So kailangan kong i-admit si baby. Hindi naman lahat kasi ng may cough and colds, i-admit, di ba?
First and foremost, pag nakita mo yun ang sinabi ko mga dangerous symptoms like increasing temperature, failure to feed, tapos yung kanyang ubo nagiging distressful, or naging prolonged na talaga, nagkaroon na ng pending complications, then you have to see a doctor first. Then the doctor will decide whether to admit the patient or not. Now, ang danger lang naman dyan yung the possibility of pneumonia. Ang pneumonia, ang cardinal symptom dyan, there has to be takip niya. Kailangan increased ang respiratory rate.
So kumbaga talaga parang hinihingal ng
there
bata.
has to be cough and signs of distress, which is sa respiratory rate natin binibilang. And bawat age group,
may kanya-kanya.
A respiratory, that's the normal respiratory rate for a particular age group.
Have you had instances wherein your patients, kahit na indicated for admission, sasabihin ni mami, sa bahay na lang, doktora?
Ay, maraming ganun. Lalo sa Tondo, walang pera. Alam mo na yun. Pero with the PhilHealth benefits now, mas marami na sa kanilang open to be admitted.
Kasi mas maaagapan sila pagka they're
kasi
being
pag
cared
late
for.
na, mahirap. Mahirap.
So let's talk about pneumonia. Kasi parang isa sa mga komplikasyon ng ordinary cough and colds that worsens is pneumonia. Heto naman, how common do you get to see them in your practice?
Marami rin kasi most patients walang kagad pera na pangkonsulta. So pagdating sa iyo, medyo advanced na. Nasa day 5, day 6 of illness, and once they come in, you assess them as pneumonia. So that's fairly common, I should say.
Okay.
And I think as of the latest, it's still the #1 cause of mortality for children below 5 years old.
Yes, di ba? Yan
So
pa
it's
rin.
really, really common.
Pag sinabi nating mortality, Dr. Angie, heto yung dahilan kung bakit mamamatay ang bata, di ba? So dapat wary and cautious talaga si mga mami pagdating sa ganito. Kasi baka akala nila, ordinaryong sipon lang.
And ang sisi parating sa huli.
At saka, kung minsan din kasi ang feeling nila dahil nga kailangan hindi ipa-admit, okay sa bahay na lang. Pero meron ka bang mga napapansin? Like for example, tayo lalo na sa culture ng Pilipino, meron tayong mga myths and fallacies na, alam mo, yung common na pinapaniwalaan ng mga nanay at mga tatay.
Alam mo, ang kaaway ko dyan madalas, hindi nanay at tatay.
Talaga?
O yung puro painumin mo oregano, ampalaya, hanggang ang dami na, galon-galon na nainom ng bata, and the patient comes into you na hirap ng huminga. Yun ang ko kalaban sa practice usually, the old traditional. I don't have anything against traditional medicine, no? Walang problema yon. As long as you see a doctor first, because traditional medicine can work hand in hand happily with the conventional type of medicine.
Pero kailangan mo na magpatingin.
Yes. Para malaman natin if it's really okay just to be conservative about it.
At saka kailangan kasi ma-assess Dahil kung hindi mo ma-assess, akala mo, tapos ang sisisihin niya pa later yung gamot na binigay mo.
Precisely.
At saka
advance na.
At saka ito pa, 'di ba, yung uso na ay binigay itong klaseng gamot na ito sa kapitbahay ko, sa anak niya.
Ginaya
Gumaling.
niya. Right.
Ginaya niya, di ba?
You know, I had one patient before who came into me na alopecia, nalalaglag ang buhok. And then I tried to dig into the medical history. Alam mo, 5 bitamina ang binibigay. Because sinabi nung sister-in-law, sinabi ng kapitbahay. So the patient was being given 5 kinds of vitamins. And that was vitamin A toxicity. So I just stopped all the vitamins and the children,
Bumalik yung kanyang...
the child regrew the hair.
So, can you imagine that? Dahil nga, naniniwala ka kung anong binibigay,
Precisely.
kailangan ibigay mo sa bata. Pero Angie, you have to tell our viewers na hetong binibigay natin, na pinapainom sa mga kabataan natin, not all of these are necessary. Number 2, it can be more dangerous.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, you should not be giving drugs like antibiotics right and left, or just because na-advise ng kapitbahay nyo, because their daughter or their son got well from this antibiotic, it doesn't mean it will work on your own child. That child has to be assessed. Kailangan makita po ng isang doktor, isang professional who will tell you what the illness is all about. Not all cough is pneumonia, not all cough is asthma. So every kind of cough will have its own diagnosis.
At saka hindi. Di ba kailangan i-compute mo yung kanyang gamot?
Right,
Hindi yung,
pedia.
di ba?
Right.
Hindi yung kagaya sa matatanda na, sige, isang
One tablet
tableta,
every 6 hours,
milligrams,
right.
sige pa, 3 times a day yun. Sa bata, hindi ganun, di ba?
Kaya ang calculator katabi namin parate because we have to compute per kilogram body weight.
So
dosing.
bago ninyo maibigay yung tamang gamot
Yes,
sa kanya.
the right dosage.
Because underdosage or overdosage will
be bad for the child.
Yeah. So now let's move further. So isa din sa mga napapansin natin na lalo na sinabi mo kanina, meron bang seasonality ang pneumonia or wala?
It occurs the whole year round. Walang seasonality. Although we may have some increased incidence during the rainy season, the cold months, but it doesn't have any season at all.
Sa mga adults kasi, Ange, meron tayong tinatawag na mas higher ang incidence kung babae or kung lalaki. Diba? There are certain illnesses na, okay, pag babae ako, I am more prone to have this. Pero sa mga kabataan, when you talk about children and the diseases that are common to them, is there such a thing as a delineation between, heto mas common ito pag babae ang anak ko, heto naman mas common pag lalaki
There's some
anak ko.
specific diseases, but not the 2 common
Not
diseases.
the 2 common diseases.
Yung mga common diseases like diarrhea or gastroenteritis or pneumonia, they wouldn't have any sexual predilection.
So kumbaga, it cuts across borders.
Yeah, oo. It will really depend on the exposure.
Yes. So let's talk about measles. Kasi kanina sabi mo na, lalo na pagka summer months. Hetong measles, pag ang bata ba nagkaroon ng measles, meron na siyang protection, una. Pangalawa, is there such a thing na we should be afraid na nagka-measles ang bata?
Yeah, you have to make sure that, first and foremost, that the child had measles before you could really fairly say na, lifelong na immunity niya. Usually kasi if you have the natural infection, you would develop enough antibodies to render you immune for a lifetime. Kasi minsan sinasabi na, tigdas ho yan, pero if you delve into the history, it's not tigdas hangin lang. So you have to delineate the different kinds of exanthems, yung mga viral exanthems natin.
So, unahin natin yung tigdas hangin. Kasi minsan nakikita natin yan at maraming mga nanay nga hindi nila alam yan. Pag sinabi mong tigdas hangin, ano ito? At saka gaano katagal siya? And pangatlo, eto ba ay gagaling on its own?
Usually kasi ang tigdas hangin, we call it rosola in the medical language, okay? Very transient yan at saka it affects younger children, usually less than 3 years old. So kung may nakita kang bata na nagkaroon ng tigdas na mga 5 taon na, medyo questionable yung diagnosis na tigdas hangin kasi it occurs in less than 3 years old. Now, ano ba yung tigdas hangin? Kaibahan niya sa totoong tigdas. Ang tigdas hangin usually, high grade ang fever niya. Okay? Very high grade ang fever. It lasts 3 to 5 days na mataas ang lagnat. Pero ang bata, in between the febrile episodes, up and about. Kumakain, naglalaro.
Hindi matablay.
Ang ano lang doon, ang danger lang, because of the high-grade fever, they can develop seizures, febrile seizures, lalo na yung mga may family history. Second, usually accompanied by diarrhea. So, there's the danger of dehydration. Pero ang tigdas hangin, if you talk about the amount of complications as versus the real measles, syempre mas nakakatakot ang real measles. In fact, we don't have any vaccination available for rosola. Kasi it's supposed to be a very mild disease kung hindi immunocompromised ang bata. So in about 3 to 5 days after that, bababa ang lagnat. Pagbaba ng lagnat, that's when the rash comes out. Unlike sa tigdas, totoong tigdas, while the fever is going on, at the height of fever, that's when the rash comes out.
Yes.
Doon lumalabas yung mga rashes natin.
Pero, is it also possible na hetong tigdas hangin will ride on kahit na, okay, nagtigdas, may measles ka na real measles, magkakaroon ka din ng tigdas hangin, okay, it can happen again and again?
Tigdas hangin, kasi mahirap dito. We don't have viral isolation studies na available that we could really pinpoint that this is tigdas hangin. Marami kasing viral exanthems, not just tigdas hangin. Pero ang what's with tigdas hangin, napaka-typical nung kanyang temporal profile. Like, you have high-grade fever, pagbagsak ng lagnat, lalabas yung rashes. And medyo slapstick appearance. Makikita mo yung bata parang sinampal. Oo. Yun ang pathognomonic ton. Pero in terms of isolating it, kaya hindi mo masasabing tigdas hangin to. The next month, sabihin ng nanay, doktora na tigdas hangin na naman. But we're not even sure if the other episode was really tigdas hangin as claimed by the mom. So unless seen by the doctor, kung nagtigdas hangin na yan, minsan lang yan.
Okay. Now, let's go to the real measles.
Yes.
Which is actually, people should be worried about this. Kasi, di ba, although sabihin natin na common talaga at ang dapat ang bata magkaroon ng tigdas. Kaysa kung tumanda ka na, di ba? Yan yung nalirinig natin. Pero, hetong tigdas na real talaga, isang beses lang mangyayari yan sa buhay ng tao o ng bata.
Yes, of course.
Di ba? Hindi siya pabalik-balik.
Yeah.
Pero there are complications, and these are the ones that we are afraid of.
Ay, maraming complications ng tigdas. Foremost of which is pneumonia still, no?
Babalik na naman tayo sa pneumonia.
Balik na naman tayo sa pneumonia. And then, pwede ka rin magkaroon ng mga CNS, Central Nervous System complications like encephalitis, SSPE. Yung SSPE, that's a very debilitating illness. Talagang, I had a patient, nagkaroon ng measles at 7 years old. Jean, totoo to. I was surprised at 15 years old bumalik sa akin.
Because of SSPE?
Because of SSPE.
Wow.
Totoo.
Kawawa, ha?
Kaya and now, ano na siya, talagang bedridden. He could barely move. Pero that measles was complicated. He was placed in the ICU for about a week, intubated.
To start with, nung nag-measles siya, complicated na.
Complicated na.
Pero it took 7 years
see
again.
The gap of the development of the complication. Kaya hanggat maaari, we should try to vaccinate our children para maiwasan ito. Kasi vaccination will not protect you against the disease. That I want to reiterate. It will not protect us against the disease, but it will at least protect us from the developing complications of the disease.
Yan yung gusto kong iparating natin sa mga viewers natin, Dr. Angie, na kailangan pabakunahan ng mga kabataan.
Right.
Di ba? Kasi kayo, your practice is, seeing children. And part of your practice is making sure that the mommies will come back for...
A large bulk of the practice should be preventive.
Preventive, di ba?
Right.
Kasi with the immunization, mapiprevent natin itong mga komplikasyon niya, di ba?
You're so right, Jean.
So, di ba, yun yung natin, yun yung advocacy natin Dahil sa medical field tayo, alam natin na kailangan bakunahan yung mga kabataan. So, aside sa measles, hetong rubiola, ano naman ito?
Rubiola is German measles. Siguro matanong mo, bakit kaya German?
Galing ng Germany. Dinala dito sa atin.
Sabi kasi German doctors ang unang nakadiscover ng disease, kaya it was termed German measles. So, ang occurrence niya, more on older children. And very pathognomonic naman sa kanya, yung nagkakaroon sila ng lymphadenopathies dito sa occipital area, kulani, together with the rash, which is also evanescent. The rash is also parang tigdas, pero yun nga, it occurs in older children, tsaka lesser ang, it poses lesser complications except when contracted in the newborn.
O kaya naman, si Mami ang nagkaroon ng rubiola.
Precisely,
di ba? So si Mami buntis, nagkaroon ng German measles.
First trimester.
Lalo na sa first trimester.
Right.
Di ba?
It can produce babies with congenital rubella syndrome.
So mas kawawa si baby dahil dyan. So even si Mami, dapat nung bata pa siya, meron na siyang bakuna.
Oo.
Kasi hindi lang niya iisipin yung sarili niya.
Hindi yung magiging future children niya. Right.
Ito naman si rubella, ano naman ito? Kasi MMR tayo, di ba? Sa iyong so measles, MMR, so measles, mumps, rubella.
Rubella is the German measles.
The German measles. But the mumps naman
the mumps is yung beke.
Yeah. So heto, walang problema pag nagka-beke.
O yung
Unless sa lalaki,
sa
di ba?
lalaki kasi there's
Pwede
1%
magkaroon.
chance of becoming sterile.
Sterile, oo.
Oo, kasi nagkakaroon ng orchitis. So, yun lang naman. Pero meron ding pancreatitis. You could develop pancreatitis with mumps. Kaya importante, I've been reiterating, no matter how small the incidence of these complications, kung matamaan yung anak mo,
Correct. Ikaw
kawawa
pa sisihin.
naman. You can never tell kung sino, di ba?
At saka hindi, sisisihin ka na.
Yes.
Kaya ako nabaog ma kasi
Oo,
hindi
dahil
mo ako
dyan,
binigyan
hindi
ng
mo ako binigyan
MMR
ng
nung bata
MMR,
pa.
right?
Dahil natatakot ka sa bakuna. We'll take a very short break and when we return, we'll
Okay.
continue on.
Okay,
Kasi maraming pag-uusapan pa kami dito ni
Naku,
Doktora.
madami yan.
We still have dengue to talk about kasi common din siya
Yes.
sa atin. And then also fever, we have gastroenteritis pa. At itong conjunctivitis, marami din,
Oo,
di ba?
lalo na pa-summer na.
Yeah, pa-summer na. So please stay tuned and we'll be right back.
Tipdas, yun lang. Pero sa akin naman, malalaki ng mga anak ko.
Number 1 ay yung cancer kasi isa sa mga nalaman ko na siya sa mga pangunahing sakit, lalo na yung mga babae sa breast cancer.
Para po siguro sa akin, ang isang katatakutan ko na magkaroon ng sakit yung anak ko is regarding sa mental illness. For example po is sa ADHD. Kasi bilang isang ina po, mahirap na halimbawa yung anak mo, meron siyang case na ganun, tapos hindi po siya naiintindihan ng ibang parents.
Yun, yung una-una yung UTA nga. Na-hospital siya dahil natutuyo ng ihi sa diaper, tapos more on soft drinks tsaka juice na naging cause.
Yung sinasabi nilang nakakahawak sakit, yung dengue, yung high blood at saka mga sakit po sa puso. Siyempre po, pagka may sakit ka na ng gano'n, hindi ka na makakilos na maayos.
Isa yung dengue. Kasi yung dengue, kalimitan namamatay ang mga bata eh. Although may chance, pero naroon pa rin yung chance na pwedeng mamatay kumpara sa ibang mga sakit.
Una, high blood. Pangalawa, diabetes, saka eczema. Delikado yung sakit na yun. Lahat ng klaseng sakit, yun ang ayoko. Na dumapo sa anak ko.
Cancer. Parang wala na naman lunas yung cancer eh. Diba? Leukemia, kamukha nung anak ko, namatay yun, leukemia.
Unang-una, lagnat. Pangalawa, sipon. Pangatlo, yung trangkaso. Yun. Ay, tiglas pala, 4. Siyempre, pag hindi mo na agad-agad yan, ang bata ay talagang madididbuli.
Why is your child sick? Can you still think well when your child is unwell? Today, we will dose you with information about childhood diseases and how parents can keep their children healthy. Only here on Dynamic Living, The Total You.
Welcome back to Dynamic Living, The Total You with our episode, Common Childhood Diseases. At nandito pa rin po sa studio natin, kasama natin si Dr. Angie, ang ating pediatrician. And of course, we are joined now with a young mom with a child of 1. No? So isa lang kaniyang anak, dadagdagan pa. Welcome to the show, Mary. Yes? She's Mary Martinez Angeles. Magandang araw sa iyo, Mary.
Magandang araw po.
Okay. And Mary, kanina sabi ko, isa lang ang anak mo, tama?
Opo.
Ilan taon yung bata?
1 year and 1 month po.
Okay. So 1 year and 1 month. Babae, lalaki?
Lalaki po.
Okay. So 1 year old and 1 month, Dr. Angie. Yung anak mo ba, Mary, nakaranas ng mga sakit?
Opo. Mga sipon, ubo, tsaka po lagnat.
Okay. Ilang beses sa isang taon? Sa 1 year and 1 month old niya, ilang beses kaya siya nagkasakit ng ubo, sipon, o kaya lagnat?
Yung sipon po, 3 times.
Alright.
Yung ubo at lagnat, once po.
Okay. Hindi ka naman natakot?
Natakot po.
So, nung nagkasakit yung baby mo, ano ang pumasok sa isipan mo? aside sa takot, syempre. So ano naisipan mo? Kailangan dalhin ko agad ito sa doktor. Parang ganun ba?
Opo. Kasi...
Nung isinugod mo ba si baby? Nung isinugod mo si baby dahil may lagat na tiyan, ubo o kaya sipon ano yun? Kalagitnaan ng gabi, hating gabi, araw, umaga, tanghali?
Madaling araw po mga 2 a.m. Kasi nahirapan siya.
Kasi nahirapan siyang huminga.
Huminga.
Okay, kaya siya dinala. Yan yung kaya ko tinanong sa kanya, Dr. Ange, di ba karamihan ng mga emergencies dumadating sa inyo?
Yeah, that's very commonplace. Kasi usually yung mga high-grade fever, yung mga nahihirapan huminga, for some reason, it happens at nighttime. Mga magulang, they have this habit of waiting for an exigency to appear bago sila mataranta. Like, nagkukumbulsyon na yung bata, usually nangyayari at the height of fever. Madalas pa yan sa madaling araw nangyayari. Saka sila natataranta. And we don't wait for that to happen. Kasi
alam
minsan...
mo, may experience ako, i-share ko sa Dr. Angie, ha. Nalala ko nung, alam mo, yung pag-internship natin, medical internship, na nagdadagsaan yung mga mami at the middle of the night, 12 midnight, 1 a.m., 2 a.m. Pag tinanong mo in interview mo, mami, isang linggo nang may sakit. Pero ngayon lang dadalhin, yung talagang tipong alas 2 ng madaling araw, nakakaidlip mo lang.
And we deal with 1 week history of cough and colds. Ganun talaga sila.
Tapos, di ba, napapagalitan mo si mami, mami, isang linggo na pala, bakit ngayon lang? Not because you are, you're also afraid na complications will arise for the baby. Pero yung maiinis ka, kasi kakaidlip mo lang.
Kaidlip mo lang, gigisingin ka.
Na pwede naman dinala sana.
Life of an intern, no?
Intern tayo, di ba? So, sige, mami, So, Mary, hating gabi, 2 a.m. dinala mo sa ospital. After nun, hindi na nangyari ulit?
Hindi na po.
So,
3 months po ulit yung sipon.
Pero hindi na ganun kagrabe.
Hindi na.
Dr. Angie, napag-usapan na natin ito si measles, ito si German measles, napag-usapan na natin si mumps, di ba? Kanina yon. Pero ngayon, matanong kita, itong bronchial asthma, how common is it also?
Ang bronchial asthma is very common among families with history of allergy. Allergy in any form, pwedeng allergic rhinitis, pwedeng atopic dermatitis, yung asthma of the skin, pwede ring yung frank bronchial asthma in the parents. So, I don't know kung itong si asthmatic.
Si Mary, asthmatic ka ba?
Opo.
Pag asthmatic ka, you have a chance of transmitting it to your baby by 40%. At pagkamalasan pa yung asawa mo, asthmatic din, almost 100% yan. Pwedeng asthmatic ang anak mo.
And usually, ano ang manifestation nila earlier on?
Early inspiratory wheezing. Talaga marinig mo sa niya, talagang mahigpit ang hinga. Pero for early on pa talaga, yung during the neonatal period, ang unang manifestation niyang kadalasan, atopic dermatitis or allergic rhinitis. Minsan, they present as cow's milk allergy. Kaya kami, commonplace sa amin na pag kami history of atopy, we start them on hydrolyzed formula. Lalo na kung yung previous pregnancies niya, meron ding mga atopic children. So we shift them at once kung hindi sila makapag-breastfeed. Pero mind you maganda ang breastfeeding for asthma. So kung nagbe-breastfeed ka, it will help reduce the incidence of asthma in your children.
Which will ask Mary as a young mommy, did you breastfeed your child?
Opo.
How long?
How long?
Hanggang ngayon.
Hanggang ngayon?
Congratulations.
Good.
That's very good.
Ano yan? Pure breast milk si baby?
That explains the reason
kung bakit na si baby hindi ganun kasakitin, kasi for 1 year and 1 month, 3-4 episodes,
precisely.
That's amazing, di ba? It's because of the breast milk.
Yes.
Praise God.
Yes, that means na our viewers and our listeners should really know and understand that breastfeeding,
and they should be inspired by your example.
Na as young as she is, breast milk is still the best for your baby. Pero heto ngayon, so puntahan natin alam mo, isa sa pinaka-common sa mga kabataan, pagtatae.
Right.
Heto bang anak mo, Mary, nakaranas na magtae?
Opo.
Ilang beses?
Once lang po.
Once lang din. Paano mo nalaman na nagtatae siya?
Noong una po, twice lang siya talaga every day. Tapos naging 4 na beses na isang araw.
And the consistency. Medyo watery, liquid.
Watery.
Hindi mabaho?
Mabaho. Para pong
asim.
Asim. Pero anong ginawa mo? Dinala mo rin siya sa doktor?
Opo.
Tapos inadmit hindi?
Hindi po.
Pinauwi ka lang?
May pinainom lang po na
oral dehydration salts.
Oral dehydration.
At nag-respond naman si baby doon? Okay. Dr. Angie, hetong pagtatae is very common. Bakit?
Yes. Unang-una sa mga bata, lalo na when they reach the teething stage, yung nag-iipin. Kaya usually, di ba, ang pag-iipin, they always relate that to diarrhea. Always yan sasabihin sa, doktora, nagtatay, pero nag-iipin kasi.
Oh,
o nilalagmat,
tama. Di ba parang magkarugtong yun?
Parang magkarugtong. Pero actually, yung pag-iipin per se, that will not cause diarrhea. Why? Kung nangyari yun, dapat lahat ng batang nag-ipin, nagtae. But that's not the case, no? Ang nangyayari sa pag-iipin, pagka nakakasubo ang bata, when they get to that oral stage, when everything is put in the mouth, that's when the pagtatae comes in. Because anything that comes in contact with any object na madumi, and then isusubo ng bata sa bibig, that could be a source of infection for the gut. So, importante, malinis parate ang kapaligiran natin. The toys, the crib, kailangan malinis yan. Because talagang they go to that stage na everything gets into the
Pero
mouth.
even no matter how much you try to clean,
yes,
may makakalusot pa
may
rin.
makakalusot.
Pero meron ba tayong immunization for this that will lessen?
Yes, luckily, we have the rotavirus oral vaccination now, which we can give as early as 2 months old, no? Na we could give it 2-dose interval, 2 doses yan, at least 2 months, a month apart yung 2 doses. Oral naman yun eh. So, it's a little pricey, pero it's worth naman. Lalo na if you save the baby from dehydration. Kasi, mind you, majority of the cases of diarrhea for less than 1-year-old is still viral. And rotavirus is the #1 virus implicated.
And the problem with diarrhea actually is the complication
Of dehydration.
So how would you know na dehydrated si baby?
Ay, sa akin, 3 bagay lang ang sinasabi ko sa nanay. Check for the level of consciousness. Kung medyo
antukin
na, lethargic na yung tinatawag nating lethargy, hindi masyadong kumikibo, yan, that's a sign of severe dehydration. When there's excessive thirst, yung talagang uhaw na uhaw. And then you do the skin pinch. You do it on the abdominal area. Yung abdominal,
so parang iano mo siya?
Iaangat mo siya, tent it up. Yung, ngayon, pag tinaas mo at hindi bumalik kagad, that's a sign of dehydration. Yun ang mga cardinal signs of dehydration.
So dapat dalhin ka agad. Pero even before
sa home remedy.
Sa home remedy,
oo,
yes.
Pwede mo namang gumawa ka muna ng oral rehydration salts. Even the home ORS, you could do that at home eh. You could mix it up with 1 liter of water. Dapat clean yung water. I reiterate it again, ha? You have to use clean water. And then you can place 6 teaspoons of granulated sugar, 1/2
Hindi
teaspoon.
ordinary sugar.
Sugar, yeah. Table sugar should be okay. Basta malinis, ha? And then 1/2 teaspoon of table salt. And then you mix this up. I usually tell the parents either place a 1/2 cup of orange juice na freshly squeezed or 1/2 a banana. Kasi it will have to have potassium eh. Tsaka it improves the taste. Unlike yung mga, yung mga ORS natin talaga naman.
Na commercial, di ba? Ang papangit na lasa.
Kaso talaga.
Kahit ako ayoko yun.
Oo, ang hirap inumin.
So mas maganda to kasi mas tipid ka pa, mas mura pa.
Mas tipid ka at saka ikaw ang gumagawa.
Pero, kailangan maubos niya ba yan? Consumed within 24 hours?
Usually 24 hours ang ano natin, basta clean ang environment. Hindi pwedeng, for example, kung talaga nakabuyang-yang lang, hindi pwedeng 24 hours. Siguro 8 hours will be safer. But 24 hours is the relatively period na pwedeng inumin yan. After that, whatever is left, you have to discard. And then,
pero, Doktora, heto siya, ha? Heto, kailangan alam ng mga tagapagpakinig natin na ang bottled water does not equate synonymous with clean water.
Right.
Yes.
Oo. Hindi, kasi you really have to check on the filtration process. Hindi, ang dami kasi mga fly-by-night na mga mga nagmamanufacture ng bottled water. So you have to make sure that you get the clean water talaga that has undergone at least 10-step filtration process. So you inquire.
O kaya naman, pakuluan nila.
Pakuluan mo. Ako, I tell them yung mga bottled water, pakuluan ng isang pakulo. Pero actually sa bahay, even the tap water, you could use that rolling boil. So at the time of boiling, at least 15 minutes rolling boil. Bago mo masabing malinis, wag yung nandun sa nakasaksak lang airpot. I don't like
Hindi
that.
ganon. Kailangan talaga
Kasi you don't
kumukulo.
know. Dapat
And then
kumukulo.
after ng kumulo niya, 15 minutes
na
pa,
kumukulo
pa din.
Boiling.
Oo, para sigurado kang namatay lahat ng mga bacteria and whatever pathogens na nandoon sa kanya. Pero doktora, isa sa mga common din na nararanasan ng ating mga kababayan, lalo na sa mga kabataan, heto tinatawag din yung sore eyes. Ikaw ba, Mary, nung kabataan mo, nagka-sore eyes ka? Ilang beses ka nag-sore eyes sa buong 28 years mo?
Hindi ko na pong matandaan.
Pero maraming beses? Or dalawa, tatlo, isang beses?
Dalawa po natatandaan.
Dalawang beses, Ay, sa mga kabataan, how often is
That's
this?
highly contagious kasi madaling mahawa. Lalo na pagka nasa school, may kaklase kang may sore eyes, madali kang mahawa. The infectivity is very, very high. So you have to be very, very careful in terms of hand washing, in terms of, touching things.
Pero heto ang mga mommies din, ang mga kabataan, pag may sore eyes, dapat hindi ipapasukin sa school.
Precisely. Kasi sila nagkakalat din ng mikrobyo.
Sila noon Hindi lang yung sariling anak nila, kundi lahat ng
Especially
mga
summer
bata.
is coming up. So maraming swimming. Infected pools can also be a source of sore eyes.
And walang problema because sore eyes will resolve by its own.
Right.
Pero
if it's viral.
If it's viral. Pero kung bacterial, ibang usapan yun.
There has to be some intervention.
Kaso lang, heto ngayon, again, we're into the myth and the fallacies na papapatakan yung mata ng bata, ng gatas. O kaya, worse pa nga, naririnig ko, ihi daw, para daw gumaling.
That's very, very wrong. Talaga yung mga ganyan, yung mga kalaban natin, yung mga sinaunang mga practices. But we really have to correct that, na yung gatas ng ina, dapat iniinom.
Hindi nilalagay
Hindi nilalagay sa mata, ha?
Okay, ilagay sa mukha.
Hindi siya magic potion na papagaling sa lahat ng bagay.
What about prevention? Let's talk about prevention. So let's go into the preventive kasi halos yan naman talagang advocacy natin. Unahin natin yung mga common diseases na pinag-usapan natin kanina. Cough and colds, pneumonia, measles, diarrhea, lahat na yan. Let's go into the preventive aspect kasi I think the bulk of your practice also is on treating, educating mothers.
Yeah, educating mothers.
So sa preventive aspect naman, Dr. Angie, ano ang pinakamahalagang tandaan natin?
Cornerstone of prevention, syempre, you have to maintain good health. How do you do that? Provide good nutrition. Dapat tama ang balanced diet, tama ang the kind of nutrients you're giving to your child. Of course, immunization is also one very good preventive strategy.
Mary, yung anak mo, 1 year and 1 month. At 1 year and 1 month, Dr. Angie, ilang bakuna dapat meron si baby?
Dapat nagkaroon na ng BCG, of course. You give that at birth, and then hepatitis B. Dapat by the time the child reaches 1 year old, nakatatlong doses na. DPT polio, tig 3 doses. H influenza, which is against pneumonia and otitis media, another 3 doses. And then ngayon, meron na tayong pneumococcal conjugate vaccine, which protects against the severe cases of pneumonia, sepsis, meningitis, which by 1 year old, dapat nakatatlo na rin.
So, ilan lahat yun ang na-miss out?
Measles measles vaccine, 9 months old.
Ilan ang naibigay mo na tatlo pa lang ano? So, ang dami ng backlogs. So, para sa mga tagapagpanood natin ng mga mommies, dapat tandaan nila na yung mga bakuna na yan, ibinibigay angkop sa edad.
Yes, but we could do catch-up immunization.
So pwede yung catch-up?
Yes, kasi better than not giving it, right? We can still do catch-up immunization. Walang problema doon. You just go to your pediatrician and tell her about the situation.
Alright, so puntahan naman natin. Isa din, sa common summer is coming. So aside sa conjunctivitis, yung mga pink eye na yan, dengue. Diba? Yes. We always think that dengue is more commonly seen during the summer months. Diba? Meron yan siyang mga peak months. Meron tayong September, meron tayong March, April, diba? Itong dengue, how often do you get to see in your clinic, in your practice, children affected with dengue?
Actually, before, merong seasonal occurrence, no? Pero ngayon, it seems like the whole year round you can expect dengue. Pero we usually expect it mga bandang pag pumasok na ang rains. Kasi madalas na ang nagkakaroon ng mga puddles of water, yung mga ulan-ulan na naaanuhan yung mga pots. Doon yung stagnant water is the source That's the breeding place of the mosquito. Ang dengue kasi talagang always yung environment mo eh. It has to be clean. Kailangan, you have to be very wary about keeping yung mga open cans na walang lid kasi diyan pumapasok ang mga tubig na pwedeng mag-breed ng mosquito. And always yung immune system ng bata. So parati ko ina-underline yung na kahit na 10 bitamina pa yung binibigay mo sa anak mo, if you don't provide the right nutrition, the right kind of environment to grow in, hindi gaganda ang immune system ng anak mo. And makita mo, may mga taong nade-dengue, baliwala lang. Pero may mga taong nade-dengue na na-hospital, namamatay. Why? Because of the difference in terms of host immunity. Kasi tayo, di ba, Jean, as we learned, maraming factors yan. The virulence of the organism, how strong is the organism that hit you. Second is the host factor. Dapat maganda immune system mo. Kahit na virulent yung organism, kung matapang immune system mo, you could fight it off eh.
Talaga, kailangan natin yun.
Right.
Pero matanong din kita, Dr. Angie, heto si Mami Mary, 3 beses lang niya pinabakunahan yung bata. At wala siyang, do you follow up, do you bring your baby for a well baby visit to your doctor?
Walang sakit.
Wala, no? So yun yung gusto kong maitanong sa'yo. How often, or is it very important na si Mami, kahit walang sakit si baby, dapat dalhin sa inyo?
I cannot overemphasize the importance of well baby visits, especially during the first 6 months. Why not? Only because the doctor, syempre mas expert yan to be able to detect even soft signs of problems in your baby, yun ding development ng baby mo. It's very paramount importance that we are able to detect soft signs of developmental delay. In terms of sensory, in terms of motor development, lahat yan makikita ng doktor mo eh. And we can intervene at once.
Kasi yung early intervention is very important.
Yes, very important.
At marami ngayong mga kabataan 3 years old, 4 years old, akala ni Mami normal, hindi nagsasalita. O kaya naman akala ni Mami na normal lang na hindi nag-i-interact sa kanyang kapwa, mga kabataan. Or pag kinakausap mo, blank stare. Sasabihin niya na, normal lang yan, wala problema. Kasi nung araw kami ganyan, di ba? Pero ngayon, iba na.
Iba na.
Yes. That's why you really have to seek consultation for your babies, no? So what are the habits of children also that, sometimes kailangan isa din ito sa i-educate natin sa mga magulang na, they have habits di ba mga bata, lalo na pag school age. Na that will help, improve further their ability to fight off diseases.
Yun, madalas yung mga pasyente ko, yung mga sakitin, if you ask them, minsan pumapasok ng eskwela without a good breakfast. So, that's one thing. Never miss a good breakfast sa mga anak nyo. That's very important. Pangalawa, always educate them in terms of hand washing. Hindi pwedeng hawak-hawak, walang hugas. Minsan, they play, right, in school. And after playing, they fail to wash their hands. Nag-handle ng mga basketball, maya-maya makita mo kumakain na, and everything goes into the mouth.
That's true.
So,
kailangan
good
practices as young as they are, no?
And try to avoid playmates with illnesses. Pag nakita mo nang may ubot-sipon yung kalaro mo, you have to tell your child, you try to stay away from the sick child. Until such time na okay na.
Heto Mary, being a young mom, ano yung pinaka-greatest fear mo na pwedeng magkasakit si baby mo? Ano yung mga sakit na pwedeng kinatatakutan mo?
Yung dengue po.
Bakit ka natatakot na magkaroon ng dengue si baby? So si doktora ngayon will try to, tell you kung ano dapat na warning signs and symptoms sa dengue na bakit kailangan matakot ka sa kanya.
Talagang nakakatakot ang dengue. Especially if you have a child na medyo mahina ang resistance or may mga comorbids, no? Ang dengue is a viral infection brought about by the bite of an infected mosquito. Ngayon, ang mosquito na yan, it can breed anywhere. So, kailangan lang tayo, we have to keep our houses clean, no? Ano ba yan? Usually, dati, Jean, it used to be mga 3rd day of lagnat, saka tayo matatakot. Pero ngayon, dengue has changed. First day, you could encounter bleeding. So, wala na siyang characteristic profile.
Hindi na siya gaya dati, no? Oo, parang nagbago pati.
Pero ang mga pedya kasi, we're so experts na in that, hindi ako nagyayabang, pero naamoy na namin Pagpasok pa lang ng pasyente, alam na namin na this is a candidate for dengue. So, antimano, we order for the lab works, at least a blood count, a
Do
platelet
they
count.
have to be admitted, all of them?
Not all of them.
Not all of them, no?
If children are able to eat and to drink, it's okay to keep them in the house. You just give them oral rehydrating salts also.
Pero, what are the danger signs and symptoms?
Danger
Kasi like kay
sign-
mami, afraid daw siya sa dengue. So,
Oo.
dapat alam niya na, these are the things I have to watch out for, na kailangan it's an emergency.
Okay, usually yung abdominal pain, no? And then yung pagka nag-nose bleeding, yung any signs of bleeding, even bleeding in the skin. Pag nagkaroon ka ng mga purpuric rashes, you really have to bring the patient to the hospital and watch out for vomiting. Pag nag-vomit yan and you see coffee ground, yung parang kape na tinimplang kape ang itsura, then that's a sign of bleeding inside the stomach. And you watch out for bowel movement. Pag naging parang blackish yung kanyang dumi, that's also a sign of bleeding.
So, kailangan dalhin talaga
dalhin kagad.
Pero actually, Dr. Angie, kailangan dalhin si baby kahit na maglagnat lang.
Yes,
para
kahit maglagnat
matingnan,
lang.
di ba? Oo.
Because minsan, first day pa lang ng lagnat, may makikita na ang doktor na hindi mo nakikita. So it's better to seek professional advice.
Okay. So how important then for the mommies out there as part of how they take care of their babies to protect them from these common childhood illnesses na kailangan regular yung bakuna ng baby at kung pwede lahat ng bakuna na kailangan ay ibigay.
Alam ko gasgas na to, no? Yung an ounce of prevention is always better than a pound of cure. But it's really true, no? Na kailangan talaga bilang parents, it is our obligation, our responsibility to give proper nutrition, to provide the immunizations necessary for the children at that particular age group, and to provide a healthy environment.
Okay. Matanong kita on a personal level, Dr. Angie, what gives you satisfaction in your practice?
Siguro to have healthy children. Yang nakikita ko yung mga batang inaalagaan ko doesn't get sick right and left. Kaya nga ako, I barely admit patients Kasi it's really parang a feather to my cap pagka yung mga pasyente ko hindi halos na-admit. Right? Kasi it's better that you can be proud of that na yung mga pasyente mo hindi in and out of the hospital. And siguro another satisfaction is when I see that my patients has maintained the trust in me such that pati mga anak nila, naging anak na nila, nasa akin pa rin. Dinadala pa rin sa akin.
So that brings you satisfaction.
Yes.
But what also makes you sad and has it occurred to you na you have contact with your patients and you also cry with them?
Yes, that happened to me when I had a patient way back. Ano yun, patient ko since birth, and then suddenly at 5 years old developed leukemia, ALL. Talagang that kept me crying for days. Kasi talagang may mga pagkakataon na you cannot play God Yung mga leukemia ganyan, even if you keep them healthy, it just strikes you in the dark or like a thief in the night. Kaya parang yung nanay nga, sabi sa doktora, ba't gano'n naman? Inaalagaan ko naman yung anak ko. Alam mo, it happens. May
There's
mga ganun sakit that there are illnesses that even the best doctors could not prevent, could not treat.
Yes. So what is your message now to our viewers?
The message to our viewers is that you cannot undermine the effect, the benefits of being ahead of the disease. So if you can, in your own little way, as parents or as doctors, try to avoid yung mga complications of illnesses better. Like as doctors, we could educate our parents, our patients on how to prevent diseases. As parents naman, kung ano yung advice ng doctors nyo, try to do it kasi it's also for the good of your children.
Yes. So maniwala at magtiwala kay doktor. Mary, ano naman ang pwede mong sabihin sa mga kapwa nanay na nanonood sa atin?
Sa mga parents po, ayun, sumunod po tayo sa ina-advise po ng doktor.
Susunod ka na ngayon. Yes, dear viewers, remember this, that knowledge is power. And parents, it is in our hands on how we can make our children grow so that they are healthy and then they can become the future of our country. Even Psalm 115 verse 14 says, "May the Lord cause you to flourish, both you and your children." Magandang araw po sa inyo.
Dynamic living, making the best of you on fire. Dynamic living, sharing the faith, we're giving the love and bringing the total you.
Pag sinabi ba natin, ano
If you have been blessed by this program, share hope and help us continue to bring hope everywhere. Send your donations to South Philippine Union Conference through any of the bank details shown here. Hope Channel, sharing love, changing lives.
Salamat sa pagatiman sa ako lang, ha.
Miss. Thank you. Ayaw, kabala ka na. Ang importante, magpaayo lang ka.
Agay, maraglapad man ang akong ulo. Inom sa kuha niya tableta para mawala ni. Maraga pa muhipoy man ang akong mga bukton. Ay, may nalang niapod ko yung tableta para ni. Ayay, marag wala gani may angay akong tiyan sa akong pamahaw ba? Naman po siguro ko'y tambal para sa hapto sa tiyan dire.
Hops! Kadali lang higala. Nahibalo ka ba nga pwede kang madaot sa dili sakto nga pagtumar og mga medisina? Tungod kay sintetika ni, kikinahanglan gayud ang medical advice sa pagtumar ni ini. Busa, sulahi usa ang natural remedies. Ang Natural Remedies Encyclopedia adunay kapin sa 11,000 ka home remedies para sa sobra sa shitis-shitos ka mga balatian. Palit na sa Natural Remedies Encyclopedia. Sa Natural Remedies Encyclopedia, siguradong mas safe and healthy ka.